We often mistake domesticated animals to be docile and friendlier than their wild counterparts are. While it's true that animals living with human beings tend to get into violent skirmishes a lot less frequently, it isn't because they are incapable. Today's video will prove to you that even domesticated animals or pets can not only attack, but also kill their opponents when the need arises. So, without further ado, here are 10 jaw-dropping moments when domesticated animals went into attack mode. Number 10. Dogs vs. Coyote. Dogs and coyotes seem to harbor some hatred towards one another. Whenever these two animals meet, you know something explosive is sure to take place. In this one, the coyote is especially unlucky as it comes face to face with a deadly pit bull. These dogs are known to be so dangerous that some places have banned owning one. Here, the pit bull attacks the coyote viciously. It bites onto the coyote's front leg and shakes its head so hard that the bone fractures. Even though the victim isn't dead yet, it's only a matter of time as the torture continues. This coyote is a bit luckier as it faces off against two white German shepherds. It mocks the dog from far away, but as soon as the mutts chase after it, the coyote vanishes into the dense tree covering. After a while, the dogs emerge from the forest without the coyote. In just a few moments, the coyote returns, this time with a friend. As it calls, the dogs again chase after it. Do these coyotes have a death wish? Once again, two coyotes try to bully a dog. At first, the coyotes seem to chase the dog off as the mutt decides to escape. But then, the dog turns around and runs after one of the coyotes. It looks like the dynamics keep changing between the two animals. Fortunately, neither of them look hell-bent on seriously hurting or injuring the other one. Number 9. Dogs vs. dogs. Altercations between dogs are common, especially if the two animals aren't well acquainted with each other, and some of these fights can even turn fatal. This German Shepherd is out for a walk when street dogs surround it and start barking at it. Even though the German Shepherd is much larger and stronger than the street dogs in a one-on-one face-off, the entire pack attacking at once could pose a problem for the mutt. Luckily, things don't escalate much as the barking match comes to an end soon. The street dogs back away from the German Shepherd is a wise move, which probably prevents any bloodshed. But not all such scenarios end without violence. In this clip, a pit bull suddenly unleashes a volley of attacks on a smaller dog. It's pretty evident that the attacker is much stronger and more vicious than the other one. The pit bull wrings the other dog's neck, even as their owners try to separate the two. In the end, the fight breaks up, but it is already too late. The smaller dog is grievously injured and eventually dies because of the attack. A similar incident takes place here when a pit bull suddenly attacks a dog out for a walk with its owner. The owner is unable to separate the two dogs, and soon more people rush to the spot to help. The pit bull has a tight grasp on the other dog's face, even as the victim whimpers in pain. The murderous pit bull has no intention of stopping this assault, while the people all around it beat and try to wrestle it off the tight grip. At one point, the people pry off the attacker for a while, but the dog goes right back for the attack. Finally, the smaller dog's nightmare ends when a couple of people finally carry the violent pit bull inside a car and lock the doors. The attacked animal is blood and shaken, but walks away with its life. Number 8. Cats vs. dogs. Cats and dogs have animosity dating back to thousands of years, and it's quite common for both of them to engage in fights. Surprisingly, cats often dominate these bouts even though they tend to be much smaller than most dogs. This dog doesn't seem like it lacks courage, as it fights with not one or two, but 4 cats simultaneously. The kitties surround the dog and take turns to pounce on it and attack. Wonder what started all this? In this one, the dog isn't nearly as brave. It walks around a neighborhood approaching a few cats. At first, it doesn't look like the cats are interested in getting into a fight, and the dog also seems like it's just curious. Then, one of the cats decides to show the dog who's boss and walks towards it. The dog immediately stops in its tracks and stares at the approaching kitty. After a stare down, the cat takes a step forward and the dog gets the hell out of there. In this clip, a cat can be seen poking its head inside the shower. But what is it looking at so intently? Well, it's a scared German Shepherd that has been cornered by this tiny cat. Although the dog is much larger and stronger than the kitty, it still seems to be scared out of its wits. After a while, as the dog tries to pass by, the cat simply has to threaten for the mutt to go running for its owner. Number 7. Dog versus badger. Badgers can wreak havoc if they manage to get inside your property. Often, pet dogs can be trained to hunt badgers, which can result in explosive fights between the two animals. In this clip, the dog is quite fearless as it charges towards a badger. The badger realizes the danger and walks backwards so that it can take action if the dog decides to bite. Its threats seem to have the desired effect as the badger backs away. But just because dogs intimidate badgers on some occasions doesn't mean they do so every time. In this clip, people have baited the badger out of its hiding spot. A dog nearby looks curiously at the animal and decides to have a nibble at its tail. As soon as it does that, the badger goes mad with anger and starts chasing the mutt all over. This badger simply isn't going to stand for such mistreatment. Number 6. Horses attacking. Horses are generally calm creatures that don't like to meddle with others. Even though they may sometimes show their anger on humans, these horses rarely fight with other animals, but still, such instances are not unheard of. Now this is a clash no one could have imagined, a horse and an alligator. At first, the horse stands quite a distance away from the resting alligator, but the steed notices the predator and somehow takes offense. Suddenly, without any warning, it charges at the other animal, but doesn't connect with the alligator. Immediately, the horse launches a second attack, and this time, it almost tramples the carnivore. For a second, it looks as if the alligator too tries to bite the horse's legs. Regardless, the horse scares the animal as the alligator slowly moves off. This deer is acting crazy as it literally chases after its own tail. Either something has spooked the deer bad or it may be sick. Regardless of the reason behind this strange behavior, it somehow makes its way inside the horse's enclosure. Initially, the horse tries to simply stay out of the rampaging deer's way. After breaking through a part of the fence and running around aimlessly for a long time, the deer finally makes a fatal mistake. It gets too close to the horse and spooks it. The larger animal raises its legs and delivers a strong kick to the deer, knocking it down almost immediately. The deer lies motionless after that, and it may be the end. Number 5. Chicken versus mouse. Chickens are dangerous birds for some animals, especially rodents. These birds are highly adept at hunting vermin and often consume them. Here, a cat has located a mouse and is seen toying with it. Perhaps the feline hunter knows that it's an easy prey. However, the cat waits a bit too long and loses its meal when a chicken jumps in from nowhere and claims the mouse as its own. The cat is left bewildered and is unable to stop the thief. Perhaps that's why you shouldn't play with your food. A single chicken is enough to hunt a mouse. In this one, there is a whole brood of them chasing after the prey. But this time, it's the chicken's time to toy with the mouse. They don't immediately murder the rodent, but allow it to walk around. But before the mouse can go too far, one of the birds pecks at it. Eventually though, the mouse does manage to escape when it vanishes in a thick bush and the chickens are left with an empty stomach. Number 4. Cow versus humans. Just like horses, cows tend to remain calm in most cases. However, when they get mad, the situation can turn disastrous within moments. Some cows may lash out at their handlers or other people that get too close. This man holds a calf in its arms, and the mother cow takes offense at it. She immediately launches an attack, showing her displeasure. After being headbutted a couple of times, the man quickly drops the calf, but the mother's anger doesn't seem to subside even then. She pushes the guy to the edge of the farm and even drops him. But before the situation can get out of hand, the guy gets up and manages to get out of the way of this rampaging bovine mother. Number 3. Dog versus rat. Rodents have a stormy relationship with most domesticated animals. Dogs, for instance, can be exceptionally violent when they spot a rat or mouse in their homes. Sometimes, such clashes result in the death of the rodent too. The rat in this video is close to its burrow, which is why it escapes when these Dachshund dogs spot it and chase after it. Even though these mutts are smaller in size, they can easily kill rats in an encounter. As the rat in this clip escapes inside, you think that it's safe, but watch what happens next. One of the dogs keeps a close watch on the burrow opening. It sits patiently for more than an hour in the hopes of the rat emerging. Finally, when the rat does come out, the dog immediately pounces on it. Although the rat runs, it can't escape this time. Number 2. Cat versus mouse. Cats are another animal that are extremely adept at taking down rodents. Their favorite, though, is chasing after mice. In this one, a mouse and a cat have a standoff, but the feline killer isn't able to get at the rodent as it is hiding in some shrubs. Eventually, both opponents come out in the open. The cat swats the mouse several times with its paws. The rodent too seems tired to continue this fight any longer. When it is finally picked up in the cat's jaws, it struggles momentarily. Number 1. Cat vs. Bird. Cats don't just have expertise in killing rodents, however. They are also highly skilled in murdering a wide range of birds. The speed and agility of these animals make them a threat to even birds that can fly. In this clip, a cat is stalking a bird from afar. The target isn't aware of the impending danger, and the cat likes it just that way. The attacker slowly takes a few steps forward, stops, and then charges. Now, the bird is alerted and tries to take off, but the bird is simply too quick and manages to pluck it right out of midair. The perfect hunt. Well, now you'll think twice about approaching a pet cat or dog. They may look harmless, but some of them may be cold-blooded killers. Did you enjoy the video? Which of these clips did you find the most amusing? Write to us in the comments. Also, if you had a good time watching, be sure to drop a like on the video and share with family and friends. If you are new to our channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications. We upload such videos frequently, and you definitely want to be alerted every time a fresh video drops. But until the next time, take care and stay curious. We'll see you soon. Goodbye.